I'm Mike Justison. I'm a faculty member in the W. Booth School of Engineering Practice and Technology, and I'm joined by Arlene Dosen.
Hi everyone, so pleased I could join us today.
Arlene's the manager of Engineering Co-op and Career Services, and we are going to explain in this short video how you satisfy your 8-month co-op requirement for the degree completion programs in the Bachelor of Technology. So if you are in civil, manufacturing, energy, or software, this video is for you. So Arlene, there's 3 ways you can satisfy this 8-month co-op degree requirement. What are those ways?
So very briefly, just 3 ways in which you can do this. So the first would be if you, through your advanced diploma studies, have already completed 8 months of co-op or have graduated with a co-op designation, you're all set. The second way is through a prior learning assessment process, and we can speak in detail about what that entails. And then the third way is actually undertaking a co-op work experience, so either 2 4-month work terms or 1 8-month work term.
Okay, so let's talk about each of those 3 options in a bit more detail. The first option you mentioned was that the students can receive credit for the co-op they did in college. How does that work?
Yeah, so essentially when you would have put in your application for admission to the Bachelor of Technology degree completion program, we would have taken a look at your transcripts. And if we were able to then verify that you graduated with a minimum of 8 months work experience through your advanced diploma studies, we would have then put it on your record and we're off to the races.
So there's nothing the student has to do to sort of satisfy that? It's
Absolutely.
Automatic?
Exactly.
Okay, so what about that second way of satisfying the degree requirement, that prior learning assessment?
That's right. So as I mentioned, there is an application process that you need to undertake. Essentially what our office does is we review either your current or past work experience, and we verify in terms of the depth and rigor of the work that you've done, and that's usually through job description and an assessment through your current or past employer. There is an application process whereby we then review the documents. There is a fee associated with it, Mike. So for every 4-month work term for which we will need to assess, we will be charging a $100 fee for each of the 4-month work terms. Assuming everything's set after reviewing the documentation and we've assessed that, then we'll let your academic advisor know, and she can then code that on your student advisement report as completed.
Okay, great. And I know one thing I learned about the prior learning assessment is the acronym PLA. So people like to use the acronym PLA. If you hear that, now you know what it means.
Absolutely. Lots of acronyms.
Lots of acronyms. What about the third way, actually completing co-op work terms?
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, it's interesting because certainly within the BTech program, one of the attractive aspects is that co-op is required to graduate in the program. And ECCS, or Engineering Co-op and Career Services, we facilitate that process whereby you're able to get the work experience you need. So again, either through 2 4-month work terms or 1 8-month co-op work term, we'll support you in the process of applying. So that could be ensuring that you have top-notch materials in terms of a great resume, a terrific cover letter. We'll support you accessing the job postings where our co-op employers will then be able to notify you of perhaps interviews that are coming up. And assuming there is a match, we'll facilitate the process of you going out for the work term experience, and we'll even check in with you during the process.
That sounds great. There are some details, though, about exactly when the student can go and do their work term. What are the details?
Absolutely. So the optimal case, and the one that we ensure that meets the requirements of the employers, is that you need to have completed through your course of study a minimum of 8 courses. That ensures that you have the knowledge and the depth that employers are expecting when you're out undertaking the work term. The second aspect that we need to cover is that we need for in order for it to count for co-op, you need to have at least 3 courses from which you take the co-op, so prior to the co-op work experience, and then essentially 3 courses that you return to after your co-op work experience.
Okay, so in the term before I leave for co-op, I need 3 courses. Then I do my co-op, then I return, and I also have to be enrolled in 3 courses.
Absolutely.
Students always ask, can I take courses while I'm doing my co-op placement?
That's right. Excellent question. Certainly, the focus is when you're on a work term, you want to be immersed. And so while we strongly recommend that you really focus on the work experience, for many students who are excellent time managers and are really keen about taking courses while they're on work term, we will set a maximum of 1 course while you're on co-op for us in order for you to be able to continue in the program.
I think employers would probably like that as well. They would like the students to be focused on their work.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if students have questions about co-op, who do they ask? Where do they go?
Well, we would really warmly welcome students to come to visit us. So I'll give you our website address. The office is open Mondays through Fridays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., but certainly we're very willing to meet with you after hours by appointment, knowing our DCP students have differing schedules. Our website address with more information about our services and offerings is accessed at www.eng.mcmaster.ca and /ECCS, and that's for Engineering, Co-op, and Career Services.
Okay, that's great. I think this has been very informative. I hope that everyone's learned what they needed to learn about satisfying the 8-month co-op work experience.
Thank you, Mike, and we look forward to seeing all of you in our office.